Hi guys, it's been ages since I made a YouTube video, but I am temporarily back. I This video is going to be mainly a little chatty one, just about why I guess I've always chosen writing over um, a forum where I have to speak with my voice literally, and then I'll probably just talk about whether I'm going to actually continue this and stuff like that. The one thing about writing that pretty much makes it stand out over speaking to me is the fact that you can kind of edit your words. I'm very good at word vomit, and I think that's going to be very obvious as I try and start to film, but I'm very good at just saying what I think, putting lots of ums and likes and ahs in the middle of my sentences, and just, I guess, losing my train of thought as I'm speaking. I don't like planning things too much when it comes to anything, essentially, unless it's like long-term stuff. So for me, when I blog, I usually write a post and then I edit it, and then I leave it for a day and I come back to it just to double check it still makes sense, because honestly I didn't have any thought pattern before I wrote it. I often say that I've been thinking about something for a long time, and I have, but when I say that, I kind of mean it in the scope of I've thought about holistically. I've never really thought about it in the context of how I'm actually going to structure an actual piece of analysis on it, or how I'm going to structure what I'm talking about, which is probably why when I talk about myself, I do a lot of tags, or I do a very specific emotion, because when I do that, I don't have to think much about how to actually structure it so it will make sense. I'm not very good at being cohesive, and that's probably why blogging always works for me, because blogging, you always have the opportunity to edit it before you broadcast it. But I want to kind of try and step out of my comfort zone, and I've got a few days off, and I don't feel like vlogging, so I was going to just sit down in front of a camera and see how it went. So yeah, so this video I'm just going to talk basically about how long I've been writing, whether I'm going to stick with this YouTube channel, and then yeah. So I've literally been actually I haven't been writing that long. I don't know. I don't actually remember. This is the really weird thing, because in primary school, I remember doing like little diary stuff, but it was never on my own accord. It was something that we did in primary school at the recognition from our teachers, and I was very boring. Like, I remember one of them, I literally wrote, "I went grocery shopping today." And then I was like, is that my entire journal entry for the day? Okay, I wrote more than that sentence, but it was really boring. Or maybe this is a thing with just students. When you're really young, when you write, you don't have any like feelings about it. You just kind of like, I went grocery shopping today, then I went to the beach, then I went home, then I slept, then I opened the window. But yeah, I was pretty basic in my writing. And then I kind of, as I went through the years of high school, I didn't really pick up a love for writing, I guess. When I hit year 11, one of my English teachers was kind of really strict about, like, you have to write if you want to get better in the subject, because obviously in New South Wales, if you want to do your HSC, you have to do English. So that basically meant your ATAR or getting into uni, like the most common way, because I know there are other ways to get into uni. Getting into uni, the most common way through an ATAR required you to actually do well at English, and he basically like highlighted that point. And while I was enjoying it probably from like year 8 to year 10. I wasn't doing it to the point where I was like, oh yeah, I really love this. And then when he kind of was just like, just keep doing it, I was like, okay, fine, I'll just keep doing it, because I didn't do that well in like the beginning of year 11. It got better, but like when I started year 11, it was like, oh, I started well at year 10 and fell to pieces. So then when you just kind of just do something enough times, it kind of stopped becoming like a chore, and I just started to enjoy it. And I don't know what it was. I think it gave me the freedom to write to express myself, I guess, without the immediate judgment. The one thing about talking to people that's really challenging is that you literally see them like eye to eye, see them how they're going to react to what you're going to say. And that's really scary. And that's also like, that's really scary when you're afraid of judgment and you kind of worry what people think. And I know some people don't, and that's great, but when you do, like, talking to people is really, really hard, because your mind is always at the back of your mind. You're always thinking, oh fuck, what if I say something stupid and they're gonna be like, what the hell's wrong with you? But when you're doing writing, like, the worst thing that could possibly say is when you're doing writing and you get feedback, the worst thing they possibly say is that you could just do better next time, or you really did suck at this. But by doing that, at least I feel like I have evidence of what I screwed up, and I have like a tangible way to improve it. When you have a conversation with someone and you say something dumb, you get pissed at yourself and you get angry, but then you kind of forget about it like 5 days later, and you might just do it again. But when you do writing and you make that mistake, you're less likely to make it again because someone's going to call you out on it and you're going to remember, because that piece of paper is going to be floating around your room at some point in your life and you're going to come across it and you're going to read it. Like I found my journal like 3 weeks ago, which was really bad, but I already had that conversation. So yeah, I got really into writing and I really enjoyed it in year 12 and it was really great. And then when I finished high school, I was kind of like, I wasn't really sure what I wanted to do, so I picked a degree. It had nothing to do with writing, I just picked it. And then I joined this thing called Student Edge on the internet, or I think in year 12 or uni. It's because it gives you like discounts to like for like drinks or food or clothes. So I signed up, I got that, and then I think I got an email or something, and it said something like, oh yeah, apply for this competition and you could be one of you could be one of these people picked for this inaugural student contributors program. And I was just like, yeah, let's do it, why not? Because I was like, I have no idea what I'm doing, why not just give it a shot? And I wasn't like in a great place in my first year. I was just kind of like, I wasn't enjoying my degree, like to any degree. Like I was really just I think I was just marking time. I was just like waiting for it to be over, honestly. And that kind of gave me some motivation, because when I applied for it, I already had a few ideas of what I want to write about. I didn't have a lot because I'm not a creative person, but when I have a few ideas and they stick in my head, they're gonna go. So I applied for it, and I wrote the thing, and then I was like, oh, you know what? I'm part of like online fandoms and I have like online friends. I should really use this opportunity to chat with people and interact with them and give advice, because there's this really great, this is gonna sound weird, but there's this maybe that's where I start like writing. There's this great person in one of the fandoms I was in, and she was amazing writer. Like her analysis was absolutely on point, and it was like goals to me. And while writing was never like something I wanted to pursue as a career, I like aspire to be able as eloquent as her, because she was actually absolutely incredible at writing, and I couldn't get over it. So when I asked her for help, she helped me out. It was amazing. She's absolutely amazing, and I cannot thank her enough. She completely like flips my understanding of writing upside down, and I was completely, I don't know, I felt grateful, but it also helped me like, I guess, see firsthand what she could do to writing, because what she did to my writing, I kind of just started to, cause she lives on the other side of the world, so I obviously couldn't have any like first-hand interaction with her, but by doing that, I just thought like I felt like I learnt so much. And then I got into the student contributors program and I wrote like a bunch of articles, which I'll maybe link below, I haven't decided yet. And yeah, it was really great. Like and then yeah, it was a 6 month program. I did a bunch of different stuff I hadn't expected. I interviewed people, which was completely crazy because I hate talking to people. And I got to pitch and communicate more. But I did, like, I know that since then I haven't pursued it, and I don't think I'm eager to pursue it in that domain anymore. But what I really did love about the program was it helped me hone my interest in writing in a great way. But more than that, it also kind of forced me to understand that there were other facets to just writing something, because actually that's kind of something that applies to life. Like I think with life, or like just any skill you have, you think you can just master it by just doing this one thing, but there's always like these other things that come into it, whether it be communication or working with a team or like any of that stuff. It doesn't really click to you how important those are until you actually have to do it, and I really love just getting to dive in and do something like that. So yeah, that was basically how I started to really fall in love with writing. And then I didn't write basically much, and then the Gilmore Girls, I wrote stuff, but I never stopped. I just stopped writing it for any forum to see. And then Gilmore Girls Revival came out, and I was like, okay, you know what, just start writing again. And I carved out like seven different pieces in the course of like 4 months or 5 months, which I was really proud of because it's not something I've done. And I've obviously tapered off since then. But I feel like one thing I've actually achieved in terms of writing is just becoming more eloquent. Like I've become better at just, instead of saying something like, this happened, I'll be like, this happened and this is why, blah, blah, blah. Like it's with any skill. I think it's very easy to just start. It's very easy to half start something, but it's 100% harder to get from that step one to even just step two. And I like step two isn't even like being eloquent. It's that point where you, I guess, making something cohesive. And yeah, that's why I've really loved writing. But the thing I think it like still kind of eats at me is the fact that I am terrible at oral communication. I just hate it. Like, I get awkward, I forget how to speak, I don't even remember how to have a conversation with people. Like, that's just, it's bad. So I kind of just wanted to try stepping out of the comfort zone that I know, not one that I've necessarily mastered, but one that I understand, one that I've learned to hone. Like, I've learned like the basic understanding of, I've learned that with writing you get the opportunity to edit and refine, but when you speak you can refine in your head, but you have to be able to have that speed to be able to refine it in your head quick enough to have a conversation without just garbling stuff because you've run out of words. And that's something I want to learn to practice as I hopefully make this YouTube channel work. So yeah, that's kind of my goal with this channel. I kind of just want to learn to talk, not more like this video has been, which I know is going to be a very poor start, but talk efficiently. With essays there are word limits. With videos there should be a freaking time limit for me, because I'm completely over with this one. I thought this was going to be 5 minutes. It's currently at 12 minutes. It's going to go up now. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And look, I don't mind, okay? If not, I hope you guys like getting to know me through this new forum, because I know some of you guys just know me online and I'm only through like a few Instagram captions and stuff like that. So yeah, I know some people like love, I guess, the face-to-face value of communication, and so do I. I'm just not good at it. But this is my attempt to try, even if it's online first. But that's been my entire life. So I'll catch you guys soon. Bye.